So welcome. All right, am I good to go? All right. So welcome to our continuing education class for this evening. I will be sharing with you a topic that's very near and dear to my heart, non-toxic living. I've been using essential oils for about 2.5 years, but I really started on my non-toxic journey, I would say around 15 years ago. And I'll share more about that as the class goes on, kind of some of the things that I've done along the way. So reducing our toxic load is critical in today's world, and it's really important, an important way that we can live a wellness lifestyle. So if this is your first class and you're just starting to learn how to live that wellness lifestyle, or if you've already been on this journey, I hope that I can share some information, some ideas that you can implement into your life. Oils have had a huge impact on our life, from helping my husband to snore less, helped with my neck and my back pain, helped us to get better sleep at night, and even have calmed my son during one of his temper tantrums. Although he didn't have very many, it was helpful to have specifically the adaptive oil. But finding natural products has really helped us to reduce the toxic load that is put upon our bodies. So in this class, we're going to talk about reducing toxins. And if you've been to our basic oil class, we usually talk about topically, aromatically, and internal. But tonight, I'm just going to focus on topically and aromatically, because really internally could be a whole month's worth of classes, because there's so much to talk about. So we're going to share a video. Hopefully it will work. Oh. So toxins are really a problem that we all face. So I'm going to show you what I mean in this video, and hopefully it will work properly.
The countless toxins every day, every breath, every bite, every minute under the sun introduces us to substances and chemicals, natural or synthetic, that can impact our health. Perfumes, lotions, shampoos, skincare. These products are filled with potentially harmful chemicals. Our bodies are programmed to manage toxins. But if you get overloaded by too many, they can have major effects on your daily and long-term health. The skin is your body's largest organ and one of its best filters. We make it hard for the skin to do its job when we lather it in synthetic products. American women use an average of 12 personal care products that contain more than 160 chemicals. Men use an average of 6 personal care products that contain more than 85 chemicals. In the process of trying to help your skin look, feel, and smell beautiful, it's actually increasing your body's toxic load. You can't control every toxin that you come in contact with, but you can control what you put on your skin. You don't have to feel powerless against toxins. You can swap out any product that might be harmful for natural, safe products. With the doTERRA hair care line, you can nourish, strengthen, and protect your hair with shampoo and conditioner full of nature's best ingredients, made without harmful toxins. And with the Virage skincare collection and Yara Palm, you can give your face special treatment daily, naturally. When you look at the labels of products you use every day, you get to decide, will I put this on my body, or will I put this in the garbage? With pure doTERRA essential oils and essential oil infused products, it's easy to say, goodbye toxins, hello nature.
So she covered a lot of information there, and she went through that rather quickly. So I'm going to have some slides here that you'll be able to take screenshots of in case you want to refer back to this information later. So specifically, what's a toxin, and what does the toxic load mean? A toxin is any substance that places undue stress on our body, and the toxic load is the sum of those substances that we can accumulate within our body and really put a burden on our organs by accumulating so many. As she brought out, our skin is our largest organ and it acts as a filter for our body. So what we put on our skin can enter our bloodstream in under a minute. So we definitely want to be careful and know what we're putting on our skin and what we're exposing ourselves to. Our toxic load really matters because if it's functioning properly, our body is efficient at minimizing that load. But if our body becomes less efficient at managing those toxins, its toxic load increases. In the video, it mentioned products we put on our skin, like our lotions, our perfumes, our shampoo, our skincare. Others not mentioned are things like laundry soap, fabric softeners. And really, this is where my journey kind of started, with laundry soap and fabric softeners all those years ago. I had had so many issues with my skin. Anyone who knew me back then would know that it was a bad time of year for me when it got cold, for sure. I would have 10 Band-Aids on my finger. Everywhere on each finger that my finger flexed, I would split and they would bleed and they would be painful and sore. And I tried every lotion, every cream, everything I really could to get some relief, to the point that I even went to a dermatologist, and basically all they gave me was a steroid cream that didn't really help at all as well. I spent a lot of money on all those lotions and all those creams to not get any relief. And so I started looking into better laundry soaps, fabric softeners, and I had come up with some DIY recipes that I had found online that, you know, started to make things better and make me aware of all of the junk and the crud that was in all these commercial products that was making me sick. Now, little did I know how much other things were making me sick, and my journey continued. But what about other things like what we breathe in the air freshener, like in air fresheners, candles, those kind of things that are in our homes? We have to think about those as well. But the good news is, like she said in her video, we can control what we bring into our home. So it's up to us to be educated and to make wise decisions, wise choices with what we allow to touch our skin and what we breathe into our lungs, and even things we take internally. Like I said, that's a whole nother set of classes though. So today we're only focusing on aromatically and topical exposures to toxins. She also mentioned that women use an average of 12 personal care products that contain more than 160 chemicals. Men on average use 6 personal care products that have more than 85 chemicals. And what I learned years ago as I was researching is, of all the chemicals and things that are on the market that can be put into products that we're exposed to, most of those products are not tested for their safety on humans. And if they are tested for their safety on humans, they're tested individually. So how does this one thing affect someone? But once it's put into a product with, 2 other chemicals, 4 other chemicals, 12 other chemicals, how does that then affect us? It hasn't been tested for that. So really, we're not really knowing what effect that's having on us to the full degree. So we have to be educated and try to reduce the amount of harmful chemicals we're exposed to. We want to protect our family and our home with natural products. So again, we can replace those personal care products with things that we can trust. In the video, she mentioned things like hair care, which last week we had our hair, skin, and nails class. So if you haven't seen that class, we can get you the recording. Really went into way more detail about the hair care line. But definitely I wanted to share it here because that is something I never really thought about. That could have been affecting my hands too, what I was using in my hair, because I was washing my hair with those chemicals, whatever that was. I had said I had made DIY recipes for fabric softener. One of the recipes I used actually used hair conditioner as a fabric softener. You mixed it with vinegar. Same thing, I could have been exposing myself to those harmful chemicals in ways that I hadn't even realized at that time. So the hair care line is a definite way to reduce toxins that we're exposed to. She also mentioned the skincare line, Virage, and the Yarrow Palm. Again, excellent products, and those were also covered in our class last week. So I won't go over too many details on those. Then when we consider what are we cleaning with in our home, doTERRA, we have a wonderful line of On Guard products. Our laundry detergent, it may look like a small bottle, but it actually does 64 loads of laundry. It's safe for our HE machines. It's also great as a pre-treatment. And it's only 57 cents per load, so totally affordable for us as well. We have our foaming hand wash and our cleaner concentrate, which I'll discuss a little more on the cleaner concentrate next. The cleaner concentrate is a powerful plant-based cleaner that offers several benefits for cleaning and maintaining a healthy home. It includes natural ingredients like essential oils and water, which we know is safe and effective. It's versatile for many surfaces, including countertops, floors, walls, and appliances. It's also safe for the environment, and it has that pleasant scent that we all know in our On Guard oil. As you can see here, it is affordable because one bottle of the cleaner concentrate provides 12 refills for our 24-ounce spray bottle. And there's some recipes here if you'd like to screenshot those for some ways to use the On Guard cleaner concentrate. And on the next screen, I'm going to show you some before and after pictures. So I'll give just a second if anyone wants to screenshot that. And if you don't get it before we move on, we can always come back to it later. Okay, so we have our spot cleaner and stain remover using the cleaner concentrate. So Wendy was kind enough to share these before and afters because she loves using the cleaner concentrate as a stain remover for clothing. I don't know how well you can see in the picture, but these nice white pieces of clothing have some bright red or bright orange food stains. It was probably something that tasted wonderful, but then wasn't so great to be on the clothes. So she was able to get those stains off using two tablespoons of the cleaner concentrate in a 16-ounce glass spray bottle, and then top that off with distilled water. Definite must-have for around the house. And the nice thing about the cleaner concentrate is when you buy the bottle, there's instructions on the bottle for different ways to use it. So like I said, I had started to make my own fabric softener because fabric softeners are really bad for you. Same with heat activated dryer sheets. They have powerful chemicals that really can harm our health, damage the environment, and pollute the air inside and outside our home. If you've ever been outside of a house when the dryer is running, usually you can smell the chemicals on the outside coming through the dryer vent just as strong as they are inside the laundry room. So you can ditch those fabric softeners and replace it with wool dryer balls and your favorite essential oil. Dryer balls also reduce drying time, and they're more gentle on our fabrics. And I never really knew exactly like why they worked at first, but they can get in between the clothing and they can like lift and separate as the load is spinning, and it creates pockets of air that then the dryer air can get around and dry the clothes. Dryer balls tend to make clothes a little bit more staticky. So some suggestions on use for those is to reduce your dryer time, reduce your heat, and also separate out fabrics that dry rather quickly and create static. So things like dry fit, athletic wear, fleece fabrics, those really comfy blankets that are nice and soft and fuzzy feeling, they're going to get dried way quicker than most other things in the load, and they're going to create static for the whole load. So if you want to reduce that, pull those fabrics out and do those separately, and they don't need much time. A great way to add some scent to your dryer balls is to add a few drops of the Purify blend during the last 10 minutes of the drying cycle. Purify is one of my favorites to use in the laundry. You can also use distilled white vinegar and a few drops of oils in the fabric softener dispenser of your machine, and that'll dispense during the dryer cycle. So Purify oil is actually, for my laundry, is actually what brought me to doTERRA in the first place. Obviously, I had said that I had made many changes in our cleaning and in our lifestyle. to have healthier options in our home. I am an avid lover of Norwex products. If you've used Norwex products, you can probably know the same thing, that you love them. And they do reduce the amount of chemicals in your home. So I was already using Norwex products, very safe for the environment, for our skin as well. But I was noticing that some of our laundry was still having like a funny smell. And so I had reached out to Brittany. I met Brittany online and I reached out to her and I needed a solution for our laundry. And she suggested Purify. It happened to be a BOGO week and Purify was in the BOGOs. So she hooked me right there and the rest is history. Now I love doTERRA and have found so many better things for our life because of it. Another line of cleaners that we have is the Abode line. Now, I'm not a big user of the Abode line yet. I haven't used it too much, but does anyone have any testimonials that they would like to share on using the Abode line? And if you would like to, you can go ahead and unmute and just share a brief thought.
Can I share something?
Sure.
I love our dish soap. Our dish soap is amazing. It actually, for a natural soap, it actually suds up really well and it cuts the grease really good. And you don't need a ton of it, which is what I love about it. So it lasts a really long time and it gets your dishes really clean.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, the dish soap is one that I use as well. Go ahead, Cassie.
We use the dishwasher tablets and I really like them. I don't care for the Cascade for obvious reasons, but I feel they do just as good.
That's
I,
awesome.
I can attest to the Abode dish soap as well. And I've also used the laundry pods. I love the laundry pods because I have to use the On Guard detergent. But I do like the laundry pods because you just throw them in the throw them with your laundry and and you get 45 loads, which it's only me and Bobby, so it's pretty convenient.
Awesome. They last a good amount of time then. Thank you for sharing. So I do have some before and after shots that were shared with me on the Abode line, used as glass cleaner and then to clean the inside of the stove or the oven. A huge difference. And then that also eliminates toxins because the oven cleaners on the market are not good for us at all.
They're bad.
They are bad. And then also it looks like on this faucet, maybe either some soap scum or just maybe some hard water stains that were able to come off using the Abode line. So again, another favorite. Now this time of year, it seems that we tend to use, people are drawn to using more hand sanitizer, more wipes, especially when it's cold and flu season. We want to make sure that we're not passing around germs all the time. And so we have our hand sanitizer here, which we see it kills 99% of most common germs. It's non-sticky, it's moisturizing, and it's not going to have that harsh alcohol base that's going to dry out our skin like many on the market. And then another handy thing to have on us when we're out traveling is to have the wipes because they're nice to clean up a mess, to avoid the spread of germs using those wipes as well. And they come in this easy to use package. So something we can always have with us in the car or in our bag. So we've covered a lot of things that topically we are exposed to every day. But what about the things that we breathe in all day long? Now, we can't always control what we're exposed to when we're out and about, even if like we're in a store or we're at our job, maybe we can't control what they use, but we can control what we're exposed to at home and what aromas we breathe in at home. So that brings us to diffusing. So the power of diffusing essential oils. I'm going to read this because it's a lot of information. Diffusing essential oils is a way of distributing their aroma into the air. There's a few different ways this is done, but the most popular is ultrasonic diffusion. So with this ultrasonic diffusion, it's using water and electronic frequencies to create that fine mist that dispenses the essential oil into the air. Pure essential oils are incredibly potent, so it only requires a small amount for us to be able to fill the room with the aroma. And we can make it as strong or as mild as we like based on our taste or preference, I should say. So essential oils, they can really offer us a better natural alternative to using things that have synthetic fragrances like candles and air fresheners. Perhaps you were like me, you've already given up things like perfumes and candles and air fresheners. I didn't really miss that smell in my house, and I assumed that essential oils were just things that smelled good. So since I didn't miss that, I didn't really think I had a need for them. But they do smell good, but they also have other benefits that come along with them when they're diffused. Specifically, diffusing them is a great way for us to access those benefits. I had no clue the power of the essential oils. Things like using lavender to be calming. Like I mentioned, my son with like a temper tantrum, using adaptive. Lavender at night, is good for sleep, to help with sleeping. The list goes on and on. We could share, many more of the ones that we love and the benefits. So if using them aromatically is new to you, we're going to share some more stuff. And then you can also even reach out to the one who invited you to the class. And if you've been to our classes before, you've heard this, but it's good to share again. doTERRA essential oils go through rigorous third-party and internal testing for every batch. They are certified pure tested grade. So with doTERRA oils, you can visit the website. It's called sourcetoyou.com, and you can see all the tests that are done on your individual bottle of oil. There's a code on it that you can look up. And it's nice to be able to see that. It's transparent. It's not just taking their word for it. It's actually been done. We can see the testing ourselves if you're smart enough to understand it. I look at it and I don't really know what I'm looking at. But I trust that the test has been done and it is safe for us. One thing I wanted to share was that doTERRA had been wanting to provide a pure birch oil. And so they went and they tested all of the other birch oils that were on the market. And they found that not one of those birch oils on the market had even 1 drop of pure birch. So they were not gonna provide a product to us that was not pure. And so they went on a search to find a farm that they could work with and provide pure birch. And now birch is available to us, and it's actually distilled in Pennsylvania. All right, I have another video. Hold on a second. Wait, don't start yet. So this is one of our behind the bottle videos and about frankincense.
Our frankincense essential oil comes from 4 different Boswellia species: Boswellia papyrifera, Boswellia sacra, Boswellia carteri, and Boswellia freriana. These regions of the world are some of the hardest areas of the world to access, but also to operate within with these supply chains. But it also provides a tremendous opportunity for us to do good and to help develop and promote and sustain these areas that are so dependent upon the resins from these trees.
I knew that was going to happen. We'll give it a second to buffer and then it'll play.
I think a vast improvement in how harvesters are being treated from my first trip to now. One of the biggest changes is that harvesters are getting paid, and the villages themselves are getting access to a fair share of this business. Not only that, but doTERRA is working with them on a daily basis to make sure that we're hearing what they want, not just getting paid for the resin, but they want access to education or to medical attention. doTERRA is involving itself on those levels.
Our dream is and always has been to grow the best and to help the most.
Now, as you can see, the end of that video, it said that they were hoping to have the hospital there completed in 2020. So we're past that. They did complete the hospital. But I just really liked this video, so I wanted to share it, even though it was an older one. doTERRA is committed to sourcing the best oils and helping the most, like Corey Lindley there said at the end of that. They do this by sourcing in a way that is sustainable, ethical, and responsible for individuals and communities around the globe, as well as being good for the environment. They cut out the brokers and they deal directly with the farmers, giving them fair on-time pay. And they also build lifelong, long-term partnerships with these farmers, and they visit them and they get to know them as people. It's not just about a business deal. They can monitor, and because they're involved like that, they can really monitor the purity right there at the source. They can see how it's grown, how it's harvested, being involved in the distillation process to know that we're getting the best product, and really helping people on both sides, the farmers and then us, the consumer of the product. Really shows the heart of doTERRA. So I wanted to share next some favorite diffuser blends. Again, if you guys would like to screenshot these, I took these out of the book that has like 100 diffuser blends. So this QR code at the bottom, if you want to scan that it will take you to an ebook that has over 100 diffuser blends. And then these were just some of the ones that I picked out that I wanted to share with you. And then I also asked our team for some of their favorite diffuser blends. So we have this one with Nature, that has our brand new blend Shinrin Yoku in it. And that happens to be my husband's new favorite blend as well. So we've been using that. So we'll be trying this blend soon as well in the diffuser. If you're craving an apple pie and you don't want to actually eat the apple pie, well, you can just put it in your diffuser and enjoy that. And then these other two from Sherry and Cassie for Positive Vibes and Winter Wonderland. And Cassie did tell me that she just does equal amounts of the peppermint and the Northern Escape. I didn't have that included on there. So if you have been using oils, or if you're new to oils, one great collection that you need in your home is the Aroma Essentials collection. This is going to be a great set for anything aromatic, a good start. And then we always want to know, how should we clean our diffuser? So I've included this little graphic here about the best way to clean our diffuser, using vinegar, running it, then draining it and cleaning it out using like a cotton swab or a soft cloth, and then rinsing it. And regular maintenance on our diffusers is going to keep them working for a long time. So that takes us to the end of our class. Thank you everyone for attending our non-toxic living. And we would love to hear from you if you'd like to share anything that you plan to do to reduce the toxins in your life.
Good job, Terry.
Thank you.
I started using the abode in everything when I moved, because I told Aurora, she's my niece, and I told her, I said, now, when I get into our new home, everything is going to be doTERRA cleaning or Norwick. And so I made sure I had everything for cleaning. It smells so good. it's like you've opened the door and freshness is coming in.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We just actually moved into a brand new house as well. And I told my husband just last week, I'm like, I'm so excited that we have a home that won't have harsh chemicals being used to clean it. Because everywhere we've ever lived before, it's like, I know I'm cleaning up residue of other products. Did anyone have any questions? I didn't look in the chat. If there was anything.
I gotta say, like if you have cleaning jobs or anything, you can very narrow down how many products are used just using On Guard cleaner concentrate. I'm not as familiar with the abode cleaning products yet, but the On Guard, I use it for everything. So instead of having several bottles, I make one at bathroom strength and it works great everywhere. So floors, everything.
Right.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Go ahead,
We
Judy.
love great.
I wanted to share something about the laundry detergent too. Our On Guard it's so concentrated that you could actually split it and dilute it and it will still work wonderfully. So I actually take it and split it into 3 different bottles. And then I add a few squirts of the concentrate in it. And sometimes I'll also put a few extra drops of lemon in it. And so it's actually way more than 64 loads when you get one bottle.
So do you just, if you dilute it with like distilled water when you
Yes.
separate it into 3? Okay.
Yes. So I've actually gotten 3 bottles of it in the like previously, and now I just use those 3 bottles when I get it.
That's awesome. That's good to know.
I know somebody that does it in 4, but I like doing it in 3 because I like it to be a little stronger. I mean, I work in a nursing home. I want to make sure it's, really clean.
Right.
I used to work in the hotel business, and the products that they used, I had gotten on my hands, even with gloves and everything. I got them on my hands, and my hands started looking like hamburger. They were so torn up, they had to put me on leave for 2 weeks for it to heal. So there's so many bad, bad, bad things in all the cleaners, and Abode doesn't do that.
Judy,
Oh,
what's the ratio that you use for when you using the abode with the make your detergent?
It's not a boat, it's the On Guard laundry detergent. And I just do it in equal parts, 3 equal parts.
Okay.
And then I just put 2 squirts of the concentrate in it, a few drops of lemon, and fill the rest with distilled water.
Gotcha.
A wealth of suggestions. Tried and true recipes.
I was going to add something too, which I think you kind of touched on is, we're trying to really hard to get rid of toxins in our home and keep it as clean as possible. We have to beware of the greenwashed items that are out in the market. There are so many companies that claim that their products are clean, or they change the label in a certain way that it's supposedly free and clear or unscented or whatever, but they still have a ton of really bad chemicals in there. Years back, I had tried some products from another company that were supposed to be like a very green company. And even when I would use those and try to clean our bathroom with them, it would always give me a headache, or I couldn't breathe. Like, it was just still really strong. And so then doing further research, realized, okay, they claim to be this like natural wellness company, but in actuality, they are not. So we have to be really careful with that too.
and you can also go on EWG to check products out to see if they're actually what they say they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to mention that. So thanks for bringing that out, Cher. It was very hard to narrow down what I wanted to talk about, because like I said, this is one of my favorite topics and I had so many ideas. I could probably do another class on all other stuff eventually, because I've learned so much over my, my journey with Norwex, and then, now with doTERRA, there's just all kinds of swaps that you can make. So
I wanted to thank you for bringing up